What's happening? What up? What's up? This is the Bottom of the Bottle Show. I am Jay Walking the third, one half of the Bottom of the Bottle podcast. Um, it's gonna be a special show tonight, man. What's up, Carolina Dirt? What's going on with you?
Hey, shit, you already know what it is. Hump Day Happy Hour tap in for 2024. It's our first one.
It's the first one of the year, man, and this year gonna be a little different. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to bring to y'all more provocative situations, but also keeping the same theme that we always do, man, which is to educate and have fun at the same time. Um, we have a special guest at the bottom. Everybody that we bring on here is extraordinary in their own way. Local hero, grew up around the same parts we did, got scuffed up, scraped up, and just earned our hard knocks the way we had to. Mr. Palmetto, star of Too Raw for TV. What's going on with you, brother?
If you hear my voice, then you're part of the revolution. Palmetto star, the ratchet revolutionary, host of Too Raw for TV. You can call me Prophet though. But man, it's been cool. I'm supreme. 2023 has been a big year for me and Too Raw for TV and the people, because when I go up, the people go up. You know what I'm saying? We go up, elevation, consciousness. So you guys saw me at the Icon Award. I won the Icon Award this year. Thank you so much. Big time shout out to everybody that in Columbia. I felt like an outsider out there, really, because I'm like, everybody else was industry, right? Everybody from the radio shows and FM radio, and I was like, damn, but I'm banned from this shit. I'm banned from all y'all's outlets.
But it's provocative.
Hey,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
that's what it is, man. And big time shout out to Dick James. You know what I'm saying, holding it down and recognizing Too Raw for TV from the home state. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm from. That was what was big to me, because I know the Icon Awards come from South Carolina. I haven't been living in South Carolina since 2010. You feel me? But you know what I'm saying, to still get that sort of love, and that shows a lot. You know what I'm saying? And so that's really what got me. So so big time shout out to Dick James doing this thing out there. So then we went on the road. Too Raw for TV went on the road and interviewed Sophia Stewart of the Matrix movie, who actually wrote the Matrix movie, where they took it from. They took it from her book, The Third Eye. See, The Matrix and The Terminator are actually one movie. Think about it. But are actually one story. So I went to Las Vegas to interview her. So that was a big deal. It was a big thing. On my bucket list to do is to get out to the West Coast.
I guess they trying to censor him already. Yeah, they done pulled his shit down, and they after us already.
Throttle the internet down.
Yeah.
We gonna wait for him to get back in, man. Look, Palmetto Star has been at this for a very long time. I always credit people for pushing me to get into this social media podcast space, and he's one of the first ones that I had a close link to. Listened to his show and saw, the internet workings of what it takes to be entertaining and engaging from that gentleman. So hopefully we can get everything together and get his connection back together. While we waiting on that, man, what's going on with you?
Man, ain't shit, bro. Today was my first day back at work in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, bro. I was done, son.
You bragging?
Huh?
You bragging, cuz I was at work last week, like the other day.
Well, you can have that shit. I tell you, man, I try to do right. I try to be at work for the first 6-7 months. Take maybe 1-2 days off. Then after that, you ain't gonna see me for the rest of the year. But I'm trying to get all of them.
Man, look, as long as I gotta earn time off, I ain't never gonna have no bacon days because I might not live to see it. So every time I can take a day off, I'm gonna take that motherfucker.
Oh, no, I keep some in the stash, bro. That shit like damn a savings account. I gotta keep them in the stash. I can't be using them all up at the beginning of the year.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Man, I've been seeing people talk about, man, how much PTO you got, and it be like August, September, October. I still be having them.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta, you never know what might happen. So yeah, you probably should be more diligent about that shit, man. But fuck these jobs, man. I ain't met a job I ever liked.
I told somebody that today. I said, when I get off work, I'm done.
I'm off.
I'm off. And I'm on salary, so every once in a while I have like somebody get in touch with me, but hey, I'll be off. I'll be off until I come back in the next day.
Mm-hmm. Did he pop back in?
He popped back in. You good?
You with us?
Sorry about that glitch, fellas. Hold on for 1 second.
Now take your time, cause we know the fans watching. We know you got us hot right now.
You already know.
They don't want you to do no recruiting.
They don't. They
no
don't.
recruiting.
Yeah, you know what? And it's so crazy because everybody like that they really associate with me in Hollywood, like they shut down Monique. I know Monique seen the police chase like 1,000 times. You feel me?
Oh wow!
You know, I was actually supposed to when she had her show. I was actually one of the people that was going to be scheduled to go on there.
Okay.
And before that went down, they shut it down. You feel me? So, and then you look what's happened to her. Now she got blackballed and all this weird stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I already know what the vibes are. But in any case,
it's a wild situation.
It's a huge year for Two Raw over TV and the people. 2023, we won the Icon Award. Y'all were there with me and seen that. I went to Vegas to interview Sophia Stewart, who wrote The Matrix, Black woman who wrote The Matrix. When I was coming back, got in a huge car accident and actually was able to get back to Columbia, or not Columbia, but to Atlanta in 24 hours. Because, I had some listeners out there. I never even were avid listeners to Two Raw over TV. Shout out to IT and Black. Oh, shout out to my girl, man. She definitely came through and, helped me get on a Greyhound in less than 24. And, I was back in Atlanta in less than 24 hours. So,
okay. So I don't want you to. Hold on a second. I don't want you to glaze over it. I mean, some people are in the know. Sophia Stewart, right? That's her last name?
Yes.
Okay.
Stewart.
So everybody knows the Matrix franchise and the Terminator franchises, and those movies made buku mo loot to last them.
Billy.
Those are the brainchilds of a African American woman.
Yes.
Y'all look up Sophia Stewart if y'all if that's the type of thing that you into, and y'all follow y'all story and make a decision on your own on where those movies came from and the nuances of how she felt about how they were supposed to be portrayed.
Yeah.
So
how did you get in touch with her? Like, is that something you did network?
Sophia Stewart, big time shout out. I love Sophia Stewart. I think we always, since I seen Matrix, I think we've always been divinely, intertwined. However, she was following the movement. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And yeah, she was following me on Facebook and all that stuff like that. And I hadn't reached out to her. I'm like, damn, I want to get her on the broadcast, but I hadn't reached out to her. That was like You know, so we were just following each other for years. You know what I'm saying? And then I did reach out to her, and we connected. You know, and you know it's been nothing but love. You know, there's been nothing but love since then. You know what I'm saying? I love what she does. And
Pastor
yeah.
Palmer checking in. Pastor Palmer does a podcast as well called Under the Tree. He had an interview with Miss Sophia Stewart, and yeah, and she told her story there, obviously. So he was just in the lobby here in the chat. So I definitely want to drop that, man. But as far as the Matrix goes, and not to get off subject, we're gonna get back to it, of course. I remember the Matrix coming out because y'all remember, like, for the people that are old enough, the marketing behind the Matrix was so fucking dope.
Oh yeah.
Like for 6 months, all you saw, you know, the little green screen with the scrolling characters. They literally had one question in that screen, and it said, "What is the Matrix?" I was sold after seeing that shit for like the first month. So I'm married at the time, right? And I know I'm going to see this movie. I told me and my ex-wife talked about it. We going to see this movie. And the day it comes out, this dude I work with, Ignacio, was like, "Hey man, let's go see the Matrix." And the good dude in me is like, "I can't go see the Matrix because I'm going to see it with my wife. Let's go see the Matrix." So me and him go see the Matrix, cuz. Most amazing shit I ever seen in my life with my eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I gotta go the next day and act like I didn't see this shit with my ex-wife. And then she loved it, and we had to go back the next day. I watched that motherfucker 3 days in a row when it came out.
Oh, you spent easy $50-$60.
Hey, the Matrix came out. I actually I snuck in the theaters and actually seen that. You know what I'm saying? I think I seen it like twice. I think I seen it like, it wasn't back to back, but it was like the day afterwards or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I actually bought a ticket that time. I was like, shit, this is good enough for me to get a ticket. You feel me? Like, so I was like, I mean, it really changed my life. That was one of those life changers right there. You're like, You know what I'm saying? That was definitely dope.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like before you seen it, the whole movie, what pill would you have taken, and would you still taking the same pill after it went off? Which one would you have taken?
Man, I definitely had to see the truth. I already took that pill, man. I took that pill, stopped paying rent, living in bandos. Hey, I'm telling you, I took that pill already. And I seen the real world. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen this thing for real. So
in a real way, it's like
in a real way.
The questions that the movie pondered, of course, is, you know, you ever had a dream that was so real? Like all that shit resonated with me immediately. You feel me? I've had dreams that I realized was dreams and didn't wake up and felt that I could control them. You feel me? So I would have took the red pill and probably had a fucking panic attack. Yeah. But I would have got it. I would have got my shit together. You feel me?
Oh yeah, that's real. That was a whole real reality for me. I'm not just watching a movie. I'm in the movie now. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Seeing that for real, like, you know, it's crazy, and I'm still in it. You know, I've been in it ever since that police chase. So that's okay.
So we're gonna build our way up to that, because that's again, this is a whole dope story. These are stories. This is a story that I know, and we're gonna get into that. But give the people a little bit of background if they haven't run across Too Raw from TV. You know, your background, where you started, and how you birthed Too Raw for TV.
Okay, but so I was living in South Carolina prior to 2010. You know, I was doing music. I was doing hip hop. You know, I was also heavily involved in social activism. at the time. You know what I'm saying? Going to the state house, you know, ruffling feathers with these rednecks and white supremacists, so-called white supremacists, and neo-Nazis that would always be showcased at the South Carolina State House with the Confederate flag blazing. Oh, hell nah! We had to step up. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah, it was different. It was different out here because it wasn't just activists. Even though I was more on the activist side, that's why I started getting familiar with the Bloods. I started getting familiar with people like that because we was like, hold up, y'all just really just have this like a sideshow. You got the neo-Nazis coming up here, Ku Klux Klan talking about they about to, bang on, what I'm saying, all that stuff like that. That's why I had to come back to the South Carolina State House and do what we did, when they came back there. Yeah, I was definitely, there. I was just saying like that.
One quick question: if the Mother Emanuel church shooting with Dylan Roof doesn't happen, does that flag come down?
No. I mean, it may have still been up there I think it would be down by now. I definitely think in 2023 it would be gone. But I mean, so the flag's gone. I want to get back to my 2023 and because that year is crazy. But the flag's gone. But now you got Nikki Haley supposed to be representing the state. She can't even tell you how the Civil War started. Oh, states' rights. As soon as you hear that states' rights, it's some bullshit.
Already.
As soon as they say, it was states' rights. States' right to do what?
To own people. Black folks.
What are you talking about right now? Was every state right to do this? And as soon as you hear that's a full-blown racist. You have this hell Indian represented as a fake Karen, you know what I'm saying? Because she changed her name to Nikki Haley when it was, English or whatever her name was, you know what I'm saying? She had you know what I'm saying? Like she had a long Indian name, changed it to Nikki Haley, and now she's this fake Karen talking about some damn states' rights. She shouldn't even say anything. Like, you from India. You from India talking about, it was states' rights. So you already know that's so racist. So you already know you're trying to appeal to. You know what I'm saying? You could have answered that question so many different ways. Right out the history books, it's about slavery. But you go off this right-wing talking point about some states' rights when you know it was the damn states' rights to own slaves, which is what the Civil War was about. It wasn't about anything else. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Even those things are fudged and like whitewashed, literally. Events of the Civil War and all this other crazy stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The fact is, we are supreme, and so that's the message. That's my overlying message. You know what I'm saying? That we are supreme. That we have the potential to do every and anything. And I, as the person that's bringing it, I'm also the example to show the people. You know what I'm saying? The prophet of black supremacy.
That's dope. And she tried to deny it and try to play it off, but I definitely agree with you. Like, you could have handled that way better. Because when somebody tried to call you on your bullshit, like, you were stuck, and then you had to come back the next day with an explanation. Like,
of course it was about slavery. Then why didn't you say it then? No, because you wanted to rant off on this Fox News, right-wing talking point about states' rights, and everybody knows that's bullshit. And also it's one of those whistle word things. Like, people know what side you stand on when you say that shit. Like when you say, it was about states' rights, it wasn't about niggers. You know what I'm saying? So like that. As soon as you say that, you already know what side you're on. You're on the racist side. You're on the wrong side of history. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and that's the person who's representing South Carolina, this confused fake Karen with a doctored up name. Like, you guys got this person cosplaying as a Karen, man. She's Christmas. It's Halloween to her every day. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
She's taking off her Indian garb and she's putting on her thing and states' rights. Like,
well, she's got when you get into politics, you got to pander for your generational wealth.
Yeah,
we all know that these are business decisions by people. You know what I'm saying? Politics has never been for the people. Politics is for the privileged.
Hey, you got to put that on the shirt, big bro.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. At the end of the day,
for the privileged.
They do just enough.
The $1 million shirt out there right now. Hey, you better that.
Well, you wasn't supposed to say nothing, cuz you supposed to let me get it off and then, you know what I'm saying, holler at me in the bike. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, my bad. I didn't.
No, it's all to the good. No, I mean, in a real way though, this is the thing that we gotta understand, and we gotta be in the know of these code words. Just like none of these right-wing politicians, they want to turn woke into a bad word, and there's no way for them to do it to the black community.
Hold on, time out. Can I just pause right there? Can I pause right there? Because this hits a special place in my heart, because we coined and popularized the term woke onto Rover TV. Let me say that one more time. We coined and popularized the term woke onto Rover TV. My co-host wrote in the matter of fact, it got so crazy. My co-host wrote in the Urban Dictionary online. She's the first recorded person to have a definition of woke online. You know what I'm saying? So she wrote it in the Urban Dictionary. Lola K, big time shout out to Lola K, my former co-host of Two Broad for TV. So she wrote that, and then like 20 days later, they canceled the show. So, you know what I'm saying? They canceled the show, took all, you know what I'm saying? Like, it hit CNN, Fox News, MSNBC. You know, they had a letter writing campaign talking about I was a terrorist, and Blog Talk shut me down. You know what I'm saying? They took off all the episodes I had done in that 5-year span. So now you have, they were trolling the show. Now get this. You had all of these right-wing Pepe the Frog mean people that were trolling the show at the time. You know what I'm saying? Calling in, talking about nigger. And, you know, they were just trolling the show because, you know, it was hitting CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, and all that stuff like that. So they took this word woke that we coined and popularized and then made it to some whole other thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, that's when so whenever, you know, that's who has the word. They just, you know, because now it's like, you know, we don't even want to say that because y'all just made it all crazy. You know what I'm saying? But and we got
at the end of the day
to Rover TV.
You can reappropriate some shit, but that don't change ownership. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you changing the meaning of it. And you can't.
Yeah,
and you can't.
Woke is this weird thing, man. Like people with purple hair and you know, all this weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, how is this woke? This not woke. This is not woke. You know,
woke had nothing to do with the LGBTQ plus. I don't know all the letters. It had nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Woke is being aware of sundown towns. Woke is understanding the community that you in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what woke is. So I'm not gonna let them
being aware of like your situation, of the situation. Because this is how it started, all right? We would just say awake on the show a lot. We would say awake. Then someone said woke. I can't even remember because Blog Talk erased all the episodes. So they're actually erasing the culture. You know what I'm saying? So they have erased that culture. So, you know, it came out woke, and we were like, oh yeah, woke. You know what I'm saying? So we coined and popularized that term onto Raw over TV. You know what I'm saying? So to see the right wing do that, it's funny a little bit to me, but it's like y'all just really just took my word, and that's the history of America. Think about it. They just take stuff from black creators, repackage it, rebrand it, and sell it back to you. Now Pepe the Frog talk about some woke. I'm like, man, come on now.
Let me ask you this, because one from where you stand in your fight, and you see people like Charleston White fighting,
right?
How do you feel about the way he's presented compared to the way you're presented?
Well, see, this is my thing. Even though for marketing purposes, I do what you would, I guess, consider hijinks, because he's more like trying to do a lot of gimmick,
shock value.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I get what he's doing, and I salute I guess the core of the message. You know what I'm saying? And I don't hate on him. I mean, I like what he's doing. I can't stand with the snitch thing that he talks about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't stand with that, because that's our open enemy. You know what I'm saying? So are you going to be like, you know, I don't support that. I don't support that. However, the core of his message is black liberation. You know what I'm saying? The presentation, it serves the purpose that he wants to serve it as, and is to get views. My thing is that I've been doing this for a long time, and you know, Charles and White's been doing it for a minute as well. But I've seen people burn out, and just, you know, I've been here, and I've seen people go boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? They rise up. You know what I'm saying? They set this unrealistic bar that they got to go out and do this thing every day, and you know what I'm saying? Like they burn out basically.
He burned out the first time, and that's why he's back this very new way.
Right, exactly. So he burnt out the first time. You know what I'm saying? And he keeps on going back to tell you how long this facade gonna last until you end up like what's that dude's name? Ended up getting shot in Brooklyn. A creator, I can't remember his name. It's
oh yeah, I know you're talking about. I can't call his name though.
He said
I know exactly what you're talking about.
He said that African Bambaataa, you know, violated him when he was a child. That's how I know. But anyway, he got shot. I mean, it's just hijinks. I don't do the hijinks, man. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I don't put money. I'm not one of these people that goes on every podcast and damn, like I could do that. Like I got the resource. I could just go to everybody's podcast and talk, and all that talking gets you in trouble, man.
That's what
but not without a damn, you know what I'm saying? For real, it gets you in trouble. Like all that damn talking you doing, all this damn talking on all these podcasts. I don't do stuff like that, man. My life's too real. I can't put this shit on damn video, man. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm gonna say about being calculated about your moves compared to him just being like, well, I'm outside with my actions, and you seem more calculated with yours. So that's what I was asking about, like the way he presents it compared to the way you present it.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to the brother, and I as a black man, I definitely shout out to him, and you know what I'm saying, and I like the pro-African shit, and he talks about melanin. I mean, he goes in, you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So that part of the message is awesome, you know what I'm saying, and but the hijinks, it doesn't land you anywhere, because you, unlike these Hollywood stars, you don't have the padding, you know what I'm saying, the legal padding or anything to, you know what I'm saying, to keep up with these hijinks, you know what I'm saying.
Okay. So let's rewind a little bit, because that conversation could go on forever in terms of how do you package the proper messaging to get to your people and make them understand. But let's talk about the incident that had you take and exit from where you from in South Carolina.
Okay. So, what got me out of it? What made me
What?
become American refugee? Because I had to leave a state of South Carolina because of police terrorism to go to Atlanta, Georgia. That's why I left. So you want me to talk about that? Yeah.
Let's go.
Well, I mean, what the catalyst was, like I was saying, about my origin story, I was, a social activist, did a lot of stuff, a lot of shows and stuff like that in South Carolina with the hip hop thing. And the police was steadily harass us. I'm talking about come to the shows. We had an incident, and I talk about this in the beginning of the video, but we had an incident where police showed up to the beach, the guns drawn to the lake, I should say, to the lake. So we were doing a photo shoot. They show up with guns drawn, all this other crazy stuff. So we had a litany of incidents with police because of the social activism and things. So when they pulled me over, I'm like, oh, here we go again. And it was a state trooper and like a regular Richland County police officer. So it was weird. It was a weird thing happening. So the incident was that got me out of South Carolina was I got into the catalyst was I got into this big, huge police chase with Richland County Police Department and over 120 miles per hour all over the city of Columbia. It was crazy.
In a Cavalier.
In a Cavalier, yes.
He got the only Cavalier that do 120 miles an hour, cuz. I seen the police speedometer.
Yeah.
The only one.
The sedan, 4-door. $120.
Yeah. It was going. I was going. I honestly didn't expect to live. I thought it would be over.
It definitely got serious.
I was like, I'm not going out like that. I'm not gonna sit here and you tell. Okay, so they pulled me over in darkest part of Columbia, y'all. If y'all watching from Columbia, that Bush River Road exit, right by that place that used to be the club. I don't know the name. Right across the street from the mall. You know that exit is the darkest. There's no streetlights there. That's the darkest part. That's the darkest exit you could get into in Columbia. So I'm coming off that to see blue lights. I'm like, okay, this is some bullshit. I pull over. They talking about some tag lights. I already knew that was some bullshit. I was like, the tag lights, what are you talking? You know what I'm saying? So we go into that. Okay, it's a state trooper and a Richland County police officer. If a South Carolina state trooper has his own vehicle, has his own everything. So for those two people to be in the same vehicle, you already know there's something, other stuff going on.
That's not protocol.
It's not anything like that. Yes, it's something different. So my radar is already off. Then they talk about. Now, this is the darkest part of Columbia, 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning, they're talking about, we see a marijuana seed in the back seat of the car. That's why we want you to get out the car. They were trying to pull me out the car and everything, and I was just on the steering wheel like, hold on, what? Hold on, no, I'm not getting out the car. Oh, there's a marijuana seed. I was like, oh, no. I was like, they just saying anything right now.
Right.
They just saying anything. So the ancestors, everything, I was like, you know what? Let's go. And I already knew I already had the car going. You know what I'm saying? I just put it in park because I was like, this is some bullshit. I already knew it was some bullshit. Because I knew, a situation like that. Where we from the Metro, it's well known that they plant drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like they got a couple of my people planting drugs on them. So I know the games that they play. And actually, so we left going on this high speed chase. You know what I'm saying? We did a whole circle around the city, basically.
Let us say, tell how long this chase lasted.
10 minutes exactly. Basically.
So Did you have any interaction with the police prior to them pulling you over? Like, do you think they targeted you at that point? Were you already into
I absolutely felt like I was targeted because we had been targeted. Like they would literally come to our shows. They would literally show up. You know what I'm saying? And then they literally if you watch the video, which I'll pull up the video, I talk about the incidents. I'm like, look, you know what I'm saying? I just had this incident with the police. I just had this incident. You know what I'm saying? So I already know I was being targeted. You know, they were actually shining lights into my apartment window at 3:00 in the morning. Yeah. There were incidents where police would be shining their lights into my apartment window at 3:00 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So targeted. I mean, that's without a doubt. That's without even question. You know what I'm saying?
Watching the video, I've watched the video multiple times over the years. Like I said, I've allowed other people to view it. One of the most distinctive things about the video is because you said you made a circle around Columbia. It's like you made all right turns. Was that intentional, or did you get to a turn and be like, make a right? Or did you already know you was gonna make all right turns?
I already knew what I was gonna do, man. I already planned it out. I was like, you know what? I'm about to just circle around, come right back here, because I knew. Shout out to Thomas the Younger. His baby mama stayed right over there, like right across the way. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go over here. I had another homeboy that stayed over here on the exit. So I was like, I'm gonna either go over there or go over here. And my car ended up spinning out at 120 miles per hour, going straight towards the median. And it did some weird 3-point turn thing. And at one point, actually, the police lights are shining right on my car, and you cannot even see my car. It disappears. So yeah, it disappeared for a second, and then it did this weird trick. I had my hands off the wheel. That's how crazy it was, because my hands were off the wheel. I was like, okay, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's done. You know, game over right now. But
so go ahead.
It just did some weird 3-point turn thing. I jumped. I ended up jumping out of the vehicle and going towards I was actually climbing up the gate. They hit me with the taser from about 50 feet. You know what I'm saying? I spent the night in jail and beat the case.
So that's what I was going to say. Give us a little bit of information on how you were able to beat the case.
Police didn't even show up. They were lying the whole time. You know what I'm saying? They were lying the whole time. If you watch the video, and I'm trying to pull it up because I had the black, they had took me out for a second, but if you see the video, you see that they lied like 7 times at least.
Well, the initial one that I saw was
they were like, they said I had handcuffs. They had put me in handcuffs. They didn't touch me with my handcuffs. They said I was driving crazy. They said all sorts. They said there were drugs in the car. They were just making up anything. And then when
it was the tail light, because your foot was on the brake. They pulled you over. I think initially said it like your tail light was out. But your foot is on the brake. So when you took off, your foot came off the brake, and you can see, okay, the brake light was on, or the tail light was on.
Yeah, the tail light is on. That's what I'm saying. That's what's crazy, because you see the tail light working. Like that's the wild shit. They were lying initially about why they even pulled me over. So and tell me that's not some targeted shit. It was targeted. I was targeted. You know what I'm saying?
And the other thing was, from the video, from the cop's perspective of the dash cam, our patrol never walked up on you. Richland County did everything, and our patrol stayed back. If you look at the camera, Richland County is the only one that approached you. Our patrol stayed back. Even when y'all were tussling, our patrol never stepped forward. If you go from our point of view,
that's some weird shit. That's what I'm saying.
There's some weird shit going on. When you were tussling, our patrol never stepped up to help Richland County.
Yeah,
because he shouldn't have been there.
I didn't even notice that, but you know what? The state patrol had the drugs, because he went back to the car and you see him putting something right here. So that's what I'm saying. I was like, this is some bullshit. They're about to plant some drugs. They may have. Honestly, if I would have left that car, I don't think I would be on this podcast today.
No.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? Because it was gonna be some bullshit. Like, there was, sprinkle some crack cocaine on me, like you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like Chappelle says, they sprinkled some crack cocaine on me. Like, man, hell no. I'm not going out like that.
And so that's the, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the fuel to the fire. You know what I'm saying? You already living in that capacity, but then for something real, tangible, pain and everything that goes into dealing with a corrupt system. And when I'm saying corrupt system, I believe in a law and order. I believe that there is a purpose for police, but this approach that they can't be held as people, that they can't be charged for their mistakes, that they can blatantly lie to you and ruin your motherfucking life, that's the shit they got to stop.
Yeah.
That's the shit they got to stop. These police will fucking lie to you. I've said it once, I'll say it again. If you ever in a situation, the right to remain silent is your best fucking friend.
Right.
It's your best fucking friend. So that's just my particular perception and the way that I see shit.
When you ran for the cops, and after everything had happened, what was your mind frame in jail? Like, you done did all this shit, you done got tased,
gotta be tired,
locked up. What did your mindset?
My mindset was, okay, well, they may try to get me a couple years. I already felt like, because you got to understand what I had just seen before I go in there. You got to understand hold on, let me put this phone call real quick. But you got to understand what I had just seen before I went into jail. You know what I'm saying? So my mind is on some way other stuff. Okay, so you guys seen the supernatural shot of me pulling in and my 3-point turn and all that stuff, and I just ran out to the other side. What I saw the god of the underworld, who you guys call Anubis, with the head, with that dog head.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the back seat of my vehicle. Did this 3-point turn thing because, like I said, my hands were off the wheel. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys, that what you're seeing is a supernatural event. That this is not some regular police chase that you see on. This is a actual supernatural event. My hands were off the wheel. I look back in the back seat. I see Anubis just like anybody sitting back there, just chilling, just like this, on, literally just like this on his seat. Like, he was at the edge of his seat. Now he was like, "Oh, we not," you know what I'm saying? Like, he was ready, but the car did a weird 3-point turn thing. I look back because I looked at him and I was like, "Oh shit." I look back because that's what I knew I was there. I was like, damn, I already transitioned. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing angels and all that stuff like that. Like, and then all of a sudden, the car did some weird 3-point turn thing. Then I ran. So this is all in my mind when I'm in jail. I'm like, oh, that's what I'm talking about. You talking about taking the pill? I took the red pill. I was force fed that shit. I woke up at war. I woke up and realized I was at war.
That's what I was gonna say.
Woke up and realized that shit.
When you made it through that, part, and you in jail, and you made it through the court case and beat the court case, did you add to your armor? So you beat the spin out, and you in jail. So that added armor because you thought you might have been dead, but shit, you still living. Now the court case, did that add to your armor?
Oh, you mean like my mental armor? You mean or
Yeah,
I mean, I just know I knew I was here. I always knew I was here for a reason. I mean, I always felt like that throughout my whole life. Always had supernatural incidents. And now let me tell you this. That police chase was just the supernatural shit that was caught on camera. I've had other supernatural events that happen like that, and it's just not caught on camera. And then I'm like, oh, did that even really happen? So I'm already, you know what I'm saying? So I'll be like, damn, did that, you know what I'm saying? Did that really even happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, I even remember, oh man, situation that happened at Irma. Let me know, you know, just at the football stadium. You know, we were going at it with BD Downs, or not the other side. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what neighborhood they were called.
Bonnie Forest.
Bonnie Forest. We were going at it with Bonnie Forest. You know, that whole thing. So this is what I recall, and I'm like, someone pulled out a gun. You feel me? Pulled the trigger, but the trigger never pulled. Like, it never did, nothing even happen. Like, it went boom.
Discharge.
No, it made the sound, but there was no. I don't know what the fuck happened. Like, there was, I'm still standing there like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and so that incident happened, you know. But I thought I was like, I'm just crazy, you know. I just, you know, something like this is something that, you know what I'm saying, that I was just like that couldn't have happened because that's unreal, you know what I'm saying? So you know, that was just the first incident of that happening on camera. And since I've had more incidents like that on camera, but it's like,
did they take it off of YouTube? It was on YouTube for a long time.
Oh no, it's still on YouTube. It's still on YouTube. I'm about to pull it up, so you know what I'm saying. We can.
How many views you got?
Man, they squat. You know, my account's crazy.
That's
I think I'm
like
close to 5,000, but you know what I'm saying. Like, and it's been up for a minute, but you know they mess with people's views, man. They, you know, they could. That's why when people are like on this like journey, I'm like, you know, they could turn your views up and down like a damn, like you turn the volume of music up and down. You know what I'm saying? They could turn your like, you had to go through a lot just to get to any of my social media. You know what I'm saying? You can't just, you're not gonna just find me like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a hard find on any social media. I'm black, what they call it, shadow ban.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm shadow banned on every social media, Twitter, all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm shadow banned, been shadow banned. So I was canceled really before cancel culture was a thing. Yeah, they straight canceled me. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
so, they were like, oh.
I feel like me and my brother must have said something, because out of 200 videos on YouTube, we ain't get no traction compared to some people. We must have said something that somebody ain't like. We done said some fucked up shit on here, but not enough where they should be looking for us. But our view count is low compared to the amount of content we have on here. When people talk about consistency, there's no way.
I don't pay attention to numbers because I know what we're doing here. You feel me? Yeah. So the numbers never really
go beyond that. You got it's got to be beyond that, and they could turn your views up and on. Like, it's just crazy how they do that. Like, I'm just like, I seen it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we've been mentioned on CNN, Fox News, MSNBC. I have 2 documentaries made about me. Of course, it's from Pell people talking hella shit about me. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I had Vox, who else? The Grio. All these people have written articles about our movement and what's happened on Two Rover TV. But you know, they're not putting me out there. I'm not going to be on your stream. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was on Facebook and I made a comment on someone else's post like, yeah, they could turn. I like basically what I just said, and they were like, you know what? I thought you were off my friends list. Like several people hit me up on that post because that was the first time they see me, and I've been steadily doing posts on Facebook, but just nobody sees them because they turn your volume all the way down.
Shit is crazy. We're gonna have to do a part 2, man. We getting into the last few minutes of the show. I definitely want you to expand on your 2023 and what you expect in 2024.
Okay, well, we got the website up, 2rawfortv.tv, revolutionary black media. So we're making waves with that. 2022 was crazy. Okay, the interview with Sophia Stewart, the car crash. Then Judge Joe Brown's on the interview. Judge Joe Brown, I did an interview with him. My favorite rapper, my favorite rapper, Just Allah. I did a rapper, interview with him. So that was great. That was crazy. The year was so awesome. But now, and then we ended it off with the Conscious Cipher, where Professor Griff was the DJ. Professor Griff, a Public Enemy. We had all sorts of great speakers and artists, and you can see the whole thing on 2rawfortv.tv. It was a sold out event. No one was sold out in there. Oh, let me get that straight. I wasn't sold out. I'm not a sellout, but the event was sold out. And all the tickets were sold. Fun of she was just on Summer Walker's album cover. She was one of the hosts. I Love You Fun on Facebook. So it was a powerful thing. So 2024 is just going to be bigger and better. Expect more things from 2rawfortv.tv. So just go there and subscribe to 2rawfortv.tv so you can get revolutionary black media that you're not seeing anywhere else. But I'm going to start taking the push-up challenge that I did. I also beat the world record of push-ups per minute on May 17th. You know what I'm saying?
I saw you working towards it.
Yes. Yeah, and I beat the Wikipedia world record. You know what I'm saying? My thing is this.
What's up, man?
My thing is this. This is why I do those 100 push-ups and stuff every day and put it on video, because it's like a billionaire telling you how to make $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? Or anybody like that. If I could do magic, I want to show magic every day. You know what I'm saying? I want you to see this. So it's past the police chase. You've seen that the police chase, the shit that happened. You've seen what happened with this and what happened with that. But now I want to show you this every day. You know what I'm saying? So, but man, I love 2 Raw for TV. It was spawned from South Carolina craziness. You know what I'm saying? Because I was rapping and doing my thing in South Carolina, but when I came here, I was still rapping, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to be just like a revolutionary rapper. I want to be able to properly present the problem and provide solutions. So that's what 2 Raw for TV as a platform has been doing. And what gets me going, it's not any dollar, it's not a view count, even though, you know what I'm saying, I just started getting dollars and view counts. You know what I'm saying? So you got to build a foundation first. Like I said, I've been doing this November 4th, 2010, and just now. So you got to be in it for the love. You know what I'm saying? But yes.
What was your rap like being an activist in South Carolina, and your rap like being an activist in Atlanta now?
Being an activist in Atlanta is, I was here when they started off Black Lives Matters, and we worked alongside Black Lives Matters. You know what I'm saying? My activism now is more proactive. I did a lot of street activism where we shut down the highways. You know what I'm saying? We shut down Route David Abernathy, burned the American flag, shut the highways down. You know what I'm saying? Taking American flags off. I mean, we were going crazy. That's why they didn't like me, because I took that hashtag Black Lives Matters, because y'all just made it as hashtag, right? So I took this hashtag and I put it to all sorts of very, I would say call them extreme activist things, like taking the American flag out of all people's lawns and, you know what I'm saying, burning the American flag and stuff. That's the part they just got crazy over. You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, you know, they got so crazy that some guy in Texas vandalized his own truck and spray painted one of the hashtags for the demonstrations, "Fuck your flag 9/11." He spray painted that shit on his truck and said that we did it.
What compared to what because I like Jay, what's buddy in Atlanta that be doing a lot of the police shit? Black dude with the glasses. Unstoppable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? I can't think of his name right now.
No, I mean I can't call nobody name right now. Shit.
Oh shit. Between him and somebody like what's Buddy, the big butt dude that's an alpha that talk real well.
Bruh,
I can't think of it. I was
you talking
gonna
about
say
Andrew
like
Tate?
who?
Who you talking about? I said Andrew Tate. What are you talking about?
No, it's not Andrew Tate. It's a big dude. He's done been on CNN. He speak volume. He's an alpha. Have his own show. Kind of big dude, short, chubby. I can't think of his fucking name right now. But I was just saying, like, well, he's always a guest. Like he's very, he's very strong with his words, so they don't be on. But I'm just saying, like, how loud do you want your voice to be? Like, do you like it at a 7 where you can move around, or do you want it at 10 where all the eyes are on you?
This is what I say about that. You know what I'm saying?
Because
they don't want, if they don't want people to see you. See, that's what I'm saying. Those hijinks, they want people to see hijinks.
Yeah, that's
Now, check this out. I've been on all these news outlets, right? And they just talk, but I haven't been on it. They just talked about me. Let me say that one more time. I've been on every last single news outlet, but I haven't been on it. They just about me. They put my Instagram on Fox News. I had the shit blasted like this. You know what I'm saying? CNN, Fox, MSNBC. They were talking about. They tried to hold me accountable for police getting shot. They said, "Oh, there was these guys that had this podcast last night, and some police got shot." Okay, and they try to put that shit on me. That's what I'm saying. So I've been mentioning all these things. Donald Trump said he wanted us to go to Guantanamo Bay. We are the ones that really put Trump in office. You know what I'm saying? Low key, he needs to be writing me a check because
put him back.
All that white rage where everybody was like, "What the fuck are they doing? Burning flags and all." And that's what got Donald Trump in office, because they really wanted Hillary to go in office so they could play all these tricks that they've been playing. You hear
a lot of black people saying that they're voting for Trump this year. If he's eligible, there's a lot of black people say they're voting for him.
Donald Trump was put into the White House by black supremacy. Let me just be very clear. And see, a lot of our people like Young Pharaoh went completely insane because he thought that Donald Trump was there as a pell-mell black savior. And yes, he was there. He was put there as a trumpet so you could get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? So he was put there as a trumpet, but he was put there by the ancestors that are here now on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? On Instagram. That's what I'm saying. They thought he was they thought he was a pell-mell black savior. And then when they realized he wasn't, they went crazy. The thing was, he was put in there by a divine hand. It's just not the divine hand, that they want to see. If you see Jesus walking around, you'll think he's a damn black bum. But you know what I'm saying? You got divine beings here. You got gods living here on the earth. And people want, they just think we're content creators.
It was a clip of Farrakhan talking. He was talking not highly, but he was talking positive of Trump, and he was just basically like, it's the devil we know. He's the devil we know.
Yeah. I mean, the whole Trump thing is media. It's sort of media propaganda because he's a one that they don't want in. He's not even part of the bloodline. You know what I'm saying? So how can you go? Whatever you think about Trump, Joe Biden's way racist because he puts the shit in practice. The 94 crime bill, that shit is in practice. He made all these. He said if you don't vote for him, you're not black, and black people still voted for him. That's the crazy shit.
Right.
He said that to Charlemagne.
On the Breakfast Club. I remember that.
Hey, shout out to Charlemagne. He said that to Charlemagne should have straight checked his ass more than he did, but come on, man. You're not black and you vote for me. You still vote for this guy? How crazy is that? That to me, that's beyond insanity. If you're just
to believe
this cracker and you're like, no, come on, bro.
To believe that there is somebody of an old regime born in the fucking late 30s, early 40s that wants to prop you up of the European culture. Don't get it twisted. There's going to be a small percentage of them that do mean good to humanity. You know what I'm saying? But it's not the masses.
No,
it's not the masses. They few and far between.
There's two. You know what I'm saying? Because they still live on slavery. You know what I'm saying? Like that has not changed. Their model, their business model for this country has not changed. It's just the more that we become free, the more everything starts pulling apart because that's the only thing they have. The only thing they have is the exploitation of black people. And we are easily exploited because most of us are still in survival mode. If you're still worried about a roof over your head or what you're going to eat or what your children are going to eat, then you are now in an easily exploitable situation. So now that we have rap culture, all of it is exploited. All those people are exploited that you're seeing.
So do you feel like you, as of right now, they can't exploit you as much as somebody else?
I can't be bought. There's no way you could buy me. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I'm already successful because I say what I say. I'm not gonna ever say sorry for anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like these other people gotta go. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't mean that. Look at Kanye. I thought Kanye was woke, but now I mean he has to apologize every time he said some real shit. And hell no. I'm not apologizing for that. I'm the definition of unapologetic black man. I'm not gonna apologize for anything I say. Okay, I said it. So what? You know what? Because I made the realization that as black people, we don't have freedom of speech. We had to live and by our words. So guess what? I'm not gonna apologize to you. I'm definitely not apologizing to any pink terrorist, so-called white supremacist. I'm not. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna apologize to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna make you feel comfortable. You're not gonna feel comfortable around me. I'm not gonna ha 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 in your face. I'm not playing in any of these games that you want me to play. So I'm different. You know what I'm saying? I will stay in the bandos just to get my message across.
Do you have any?
You know what I'm saying?
Do you have any white people that are on your side and believe?
I have a ton of white people, so-called white people that are on my side. So if you read my book, 3 Steps to End Racism right now, which you guys can find on toorawfortv.tv.
Hold on, man. Pull it up one more time.
3 Steps to End Racism right now.
All right.
TV.tv.
Yeah, you can find that book there. I explain why I don't call people that are now in this gang called white. I don't call them that. And because white is a marketing tool for slavery. The term white, they were not white before chattel slavery. Chattel slavery is like, oh, you know what? We're white, and you're white, and you're white. But before that, they were the Huns, they were the Celts, they were all of these different Euro ethnic groups, right? And
Right.
and after Darwin came in with the the theory of evolution, and they took that and they made it into some white power, so-called, some pink power thing. You know what I'm saying? These people started partnering to help with the slave trade. So these people started partnering to help with the slave trade. And in doing so, they said, now we are white. We are white. You know what I'm saying? These people still hate each other. That's what the whole thing with Ukraine and Russia. So you still have these Euro ethnic groups that don't even like each other. You know what I'm saying? But they claim this thing called white, and then they say you're black, but it's a marketing tool. It's a marketing racism.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Right, and they have everybody ascribe to this so-called whiteness. That's why you have these Mexicans in here acting like they're damn Buddy Bill. You know what I'm saying? They act like they're the biggest redneck on the planet because they're trying to appeal to what they feel this picture of white is. So you know what I'm saying? They created. That's why I don't do that, and I think that is very criminal for these Caucasoids to still claim white. And they know it's a marketing tool. It's some bullshit to be like, you know what? But at the end of the day, I'm white. You know what I'm saying? And they're the ones that created the word white privilege. That wasn't created by black people. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they're pining for. You know what I'm saying? That's a term that you hear, activists now, they use, but it was created by racists. Talking about, white privilege in a real way. You know what I'm saying? How to get white privilege. You know what I'm saying? So that so I'm not, I talk about that in the 3 steps to end racism right now. One of the things that we had to do to end racism is end the white race. And I'm saying end the white race, not in the fact of, taking everybody out. I'm talking about ending the classification of white.
That's what they're fighting for. That's what they're like this January 6th. Those are the people fighting the pure white race. But the sad part about the pure white race is they've said if you can win the Latino community, you can win the election.
There were sections of white supremacists and then ignorant poor people to follow them. Yeah, there were more ignorant poor people to follow the white supremacists and the people that joined the Trump bandwagon.
Yeah,
there's very few highly intelligent Trump supporters. Like the highly intelligent ones understand that he's a tool and that they can use him to their advantage. And then there's everybody else.
Those highly intelligent people, they just got a big pocket. They're the Home Depots.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're the ones that want to take advantage of his ignorance. But the people that he appeals to, the people that got him in office, are the poor white people that are just like poor black people, and they don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that's why they're trying to sway the Latino. They're trying to sway the Latino vote because the Latino vote will help determine the presidency. It's like that's the one that whoever gets them to follow more than likely will become president or have a good chance to become president.
Of course.
I do understand it though. I would say that they understand it because they understand what pink privilege is about. You know what I'm saying? I've personally seen people get caught up, trapping and all that stuff like that. And the damn pell-mell walks out like, hey, white. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like I seen that, Columbia, South Carolina. I seen that,
We've been seeing that forever. Yeah. Like if you white and you play for the lacrosse team, you can rape a brown woman. You can, essay a brown woman or however they, you know what I'm saying? Like the things that we get one strike and we're out. They get, unsupervised probation type shit.
Yeah, they get they have that video game. They got unlimited lives and shit like that. Like it's just like they got like 90 felonies. You know what I'm saying? They still walking around and shit crazy. Like it's like
I appreciate the fact
the word white. That's what I'm saying. That's my thing. Is they know they know it's a marketing tool for slavery. So that's why I just we got to end that classification because it's just steeped in racism itself. The whole term is race. It's a racist term. You know what I'm saying? They created it. Now, what's the flip of that? And people get on me about this, but we've always called ourselves black. That's the crazy thing, because we've always identified ourselves with the darkness. Egypt, which is Kemet, is known as the land of the blacks. The land of the blacks. You know what I'm saying? We called Osiris the perfect black. There's all these Indian gods that are associated with darkness. You have the Blackfoot Indians here in America. You know what I'm saying? Blackfoot tribe. So we've always identified ourselves with darkness or black. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. They play on that. That's why you have like what's the colors of the flag of the racing? What's the color of the flag with racing? What's the checker flag? What colors are they?
Black and white.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? They play on this thing. You know what I'm saying? Because white to us is something like holy. We associate with that because it's a status. Like if you were living in medieval Europe as a Moor, you'll be like Carolina Dirt, the white, or Jaywalking the Third, the white, because it's symbolic with like high kingsmanship and royalty and stuff like that. So that's how we associated them. So taking that term of white and you know what I'm saying, we associated it with that, and now to use it and apply it as a racial identity is treacherous. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Black people are the people that could be both black and white at the same time.
Only people.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. That thing where they're talking about, you just got to get off of it. We get in racism right now. You know what I'm saying? We just got to do some real things, and ending the classification of white is one of them.
Well, look, we appreciate you, Palmetto Star, for bringing your story, your perspective, and really trying to provide a plan for the people to move forward with. This won't be the last time we talk. Again, I always say the most valuable commodity that we have is time. Thank you for sharing yours. I'm going to give you 60-second spotlight to do whatever you want to do. You can talk about 2rawfortv.tv. You can mention the book again, whatever you want to do, boss.
All right. So hit me up on Instagram. Win the Revolution, all spelled the right way. Win the Revolution. The book, 3 Steps to End Racism, right now is out on 2rawfortv.tv, Revolutionary Black Media, brand new platform that's going to be bringing you content you've never seen before. 2 Raw for TV, live tomorrow. We're talking about why it's important for us to tell our story. The question of narration, why it's important to tell our story, with Coach Stephanie, who is a author and a coach. She coaches people to write books. So we're going to talk about that with her. So tune in to 2rawfortv.Tuesday, 2rawfortv.tv at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Blog Talk Radio. 2rawfortv.tv. Tune in at 11 p.m. Call in 516-453-9174 and join us on that conversation. The story of narration, why it's important for us to tell our story. So join us and Coach Stephanie tomorrow on 2rawfortv.tv at 11 p.m. Eastern Time.
That's what's up, man. Again, we appreciate you. Carolina, what you want to tell the people going out?
He said, opportunity or a platform to tell your story. That's what we do right here at BOTB. We try to make it as social as possible, but also tell your story. So we appreciate any and everybody that share their time as a guest, as a viewer, as a supporter in any kind of way. We want to hear your story. And there's other stories we want to hear. I think I posted earlier today, man, I want to hear a story about a bus driver. You know, bus drivers don't get no love when it comes to the education system. They talk about teachers' pay, they talk about superintendents, they talk about security, but bus drivers are some that kids and the youth are the first adult they see in the morning. I know it'd be hard for us to get some based on our title of our show to get a current bus driver, but we would like to hear those stories, like to hear how they're underfunded in this school district compared to another school district, because these kids are our future. They're our future. They might not get along with their teacher, but they get along with their bus driver. The time they get to socialize other than at school is on the bus ride home. Them bus drivers are very important. And this platform is to allow everyone and anyone that has something to say in a respectful way to say it. Mr. Palmetto Star, we go back many decades. The police chase story is one of those things I show my friends. I'd be like, damn, they'd be shocked. And once again, the car has a lot to do with it, but the chase itself, if you know Columbia, South Carolina, you're like, damn, buddy did that. So shout out to you. You know, I know you from when we was kids. So to see you evolve through the years, I seen which way you were going, just outside looking in, and like I'm not shocked that you are where you are now. You out here grinding, you out here putting in work, you out here being valuable to the community, to your race, and to your family. I can't do nothing but applaud you for that. Thank you. I just want to say I appreciate you. We'll definitely try to have you back in the future. Just to keep hearing your stories, hearing your fights, hearing your wins and your losses.
In a real way. Hey man, like I always say, this is the Bottom of the Bottle show where we like to have fun, but we also like to educate. This has been a super dope, action-packed hour in terms of, you know, what we're dealing with as a culture. And let's just be in the know, man. We need to move forward into the future with a plan. You know, things are only going to stay the same if we allow it. And something that, you know, Palmetto Star said, we don't have to be apologetic, man. We own space and we've earned space. And we've earned the right to share our opinions, not just on Sexy Red and the bullshit that go on in pop culture, but in real life situations. So, like I always say, man, love the ones who love you back. This is the Bottom of the Bottle show.
Hold on, say your tagline so we can get a copy written.
What tagline is that?
The one he tried to take from me. You gotta say that shit now.
Oh yeah, I don't even. Okay.
See, y'all forgot already. You gotta say
man, y'all trying to steal my
Oh.
T-shirt idea. We ain't saying nothing till we get a copyright.
Then you gotta say it now. That's the old school.
I ain't gotta say nothing. Y'all heard it. Rewind it. Hey, look, this is the Bottom of the Bottle show. I'm Jay Walker III. That's my brother, my partner, them Carolina Dirt. Shout out to Palmetto Star, Too Raw for TV.tv. Y'all catch him tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Go ahead and shout the number one more time for the call-in.
516-453-9174. That's 516-453-9174.
Hey, man, look, we appreciate you and we salute you. Until the next time, man, y'all be easy. We gone.
Right.